Yay, sourdough! Everyone who's watching who is interested in sourdough, we have the perfect person to come and talk about that. That is Bree with, what's your business called?
Rustic Turquoise Sourdough.
Yes, and I love the turquoise shirt. That goes
Thank
perfectly.
you. I have a color problem. I really do.
No, but it's so cool. And so you are a vendor inside the Emerald Winter Farmers Market. And actually, crazy story, I met you a while back. I was like, you're probably not going to remember me because I had a baseball cap on and I had my toddler, and it was just crazy times. But her booth, let me just tell you, crazy. People were all over it. People wanted all the sourdough products.
Thank you.
And that's what you provide, is all kinds of sourdough goodies. So I want to start there. What all do you make?
Oh, I have a variety, and I kind of tend to shuffle through everything. Breads for sure. Breads are pretty consistent. My flavors do change, like with seasonal stuff. Okay. Sourdough croissants, sourdough cinnamon rolls, oh my, mind blank. Granola bars. Yeah, I have so many things. I do bread flights too, so every flavor of bread is in a box, and there's 6 flavors in a box. That way you can buy the box and try all the flavors and then come back and get the big loaf and know which flavors you prefer out of all the ones I have.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Really good idea for sure. And so kind of talk about it a little bit. We were saying off camera, you were talking, saying sourdough really is an art. I mean, talk about the kind of work that goes into getting, all these different sourdough products going, because I mean, as we know, getting sourdough starter is a whole process as well. But I mean, what has that been like for you in your experience?
It's been a learning curve. Like the temperature alone, like the big cold front that blew in last night, that will totally change how my starter behaves today while I'm baking for the market tomorrow.
Wow.
So a lot goes into knowing like the temperature of your house affects it. It affects how it bakes, and it affects how like all of it stays like on the counter, how long it'll last. If you have a colder house, it'll last longer on the counter. If your house is warmer, that'll be a science experiment in 4 days.
See, and I'm glad you brought that up, because we had a sourdough segment on here, and we kind of made our own starters, and we're going to see how it was going to pan out. And I was really consistent with mine. Unfortunately, things didn't turn out well, but it's a process, right? You got to keep trying.
And even like I've learned, the brand of flour you use affects your starter.
Gotcha.
So you can really start diving in and figuring out what works and what doesn't work. And I had to figure it out fast, because I make about 7 gallons of starter a week.
Wow! Oh my goodness. So what brand of flour do you use?
So I get a flour from Montana to feed my starter with. And then I bake everything with an all-purpose flour.
Gotcha.
So
that's interesting in itself.
Starter happy. Yeah. I buy a bougie flour.
A bougie flour.
There you go. So there's definitely a process. There's a lot that goes into it. So of course, like I said, it's all about getting the community come to support, your local hard work. And so for people who want to come see you at the Winter Farmers Market, what's a good way for them to find you? Where's your booth at there in the Farmers Market?
So when you come in the Winter Farmers Market, I am right on the left-hand side. I am the second booth as you come in the door, the big one in the middle.
Yeah, and I was like, and she has so many products too. Like I said,
the bread towers are really easy.
Bread tower, yes,
there we go.
That's what it is. So out of all the flavors, what would you say is your favorite flavor of sourdough to make?
My favorite flavor is this croissant loaf right here.
Croissant loaf.
So it has about a stick of butter per loaf.
Love it.
Wow.
Yes, it's like eating air.
So should we eat air?
I think we should. I think we should give it a try. So kind of talk about while we're getting this opened up here. I mean, going into making croissant like this, I mean, like you said, there's about a stick of butter in there. What is that process like?
So when I'm making the dough itself, I mix the dough, then you start adding all the add-ins into it. And so the second stretch and fold is where I start adding in the butter. So you grate all the butter in, and then as you stretch it and fold it, the butter gets mixed into the dough. So I do about 4 stretch and folds per batch of dough, and then the butter just gets slowly mixed into it, and then you cut it all up and shape the loaves, and it sits for a little while longer, and they throw it in the oven.
And I was like, I don't know if we can get a close-up of this, but this is very pillowy.
For sure.
Pillowy, and again, you got all the nice bubbles.
Yes, so should we give it a try?
Yes.
All right, let's see what we got here. So I'm already a massive sourdough fan as it is. Very light.
Literally like a pillow.
Very good.
Delicious.
Thank you so much.
It's very good.
That is my favorite loaf. If I didn't have to do food allergy stuff and things like that, I probably wouldn't even make a plain loaf anymore, because it's the same as a plain, except it's got butter in it.
Gotcha.
But a lot of people can't do dairy, so I do still have a plain loaf that is Literally just starter, flour, water, and salt. That's all that goes into a plain loaf.
Okay, and so you do have some accommodations for folks at home that
absolutely.
maybe have some allergy accommodations. And so just tell us real quick though, some of the other flavors that maybe people could find at the farmers market.
So I have the croissant, I have a plain, I have a smoked green chili cheddar, I have a smoked jalapeno cheddar, and then for seasonal, I have brought back the blueberry lemon cream cheese loaf.
Ooh, that sounds good.
That sounds really good.
See, I like all the sweet loaves. That's
Yes.
Definitely. Well, people definitely got to go check out Rustic Turquoise Bakery. Breanna, thank you so much for bringing some of your delicious products here with you today and visiting with us.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Yes. And we